Today we're going to talk about two ways you can create more power in your golf swing. They shouldn't be overly involved. It should be pretty simple. We're also going to help you improve your backswing at the same time when it comes to creating more power. If you're brand new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll see our future videos, and give us a thumbs up to help grow the channel and so more people can see how to create a little bit more power in their golf game. So to start off, to create more power in your golf swing, you have to be able to create lag in your golf swing. If you do not know how to bend your wrists and use your right arm, your ability to create that lag is not going to happen. Okay? So today we're going to talk about how to create a little bit more lag and then what our lower body should be doing. And we're going to put those together and help you increase your swing speed. So the first thing you have to understand is we see a lot of golfers, right? If you look at it from face on, the arms look pretty straight. We're pretty much in the structure, right? When we look down the line, all right, you're going to see now that my right arm is actually bent. Okay, you can see that my right elbow or inside of my elbow is kind of out in front of me rather than out to the side or really tucked underneath. What I see a lot of players do, and they're trying to really get a big shoulder turn, is they're going to almost look like their arms are locked. They look straight, right? But they're super, like they're over hyperextended in what it feels like to me. And they try to take it back so their shoulder keeps on turning. The only problem with that is when you kind of lock your arms out like that, if you go ahead and grab a club and you try to do that, you try to set your wrists, it's not possible. It's really hard. It feels funky. A lot of the times what people end up doing is when they're like that, is they end up flinging it way inside, and then we got the usually cast over the top slice move. All right, so the first thing you need to do is you got to relax. Okay, when any time we try to swing harder, all right, if you go really try to swing hard, you will actually swing slower. That's why, like in every sport, you're supposed to relax, because if you're trying to throw a baseball hard, you need to do it in a fashion that you don't feel like you're squeezing all your muscles. The more you squeeze, the more you activate muscles, the slower that it actually wants to go. Okay, so the first off, you need to relax when you get over the ball. You need to get that right arm to feel like it's kind of relaxed too. It's almost going to feel like it's bent. This could feel super strange to a lot of you, all right? But this is how the right arm plays a big role in creating more power, is when the right arm is at the right spot. When you take it away, you can set your wrists a whole lot easier, okay? Now, I'm not telling you just to push your arms like across your body to get your club to set or anything like that. It is just basically, let's say we take that right arm and we keep that little bent structure till, like, I call it position 2. All right, you're still in a good spot. All right, you can see my wrists, they have set. They're not like this anymore. They've set. And then as it gets to the top, everything's easier to bend more. If I lock everything out, it's really hard to do anything with my golf club. And you might be questioning, hey, this doesn't seem like it's a wide, narrow, wide swing, which we typically talk about. That's for creating more power. All right, if I start off here and I'm here at this position 2, I'm still wide. I haven't collapsed. I haven't pushed my arms across my body. Okay, so it is still wide. And then 3, you can get it wide. And then 4, we got that 90-degree angle, and our wrists are all the way on top. Okay, if you don't set your wrist, you're going to have to be a player that kind of does a huge downcock. Good luck with that. It's going to be a very big struggle for you to create that lag. And now the other thing, when it comes to creating the wrists, and I've had some success with students kind of feeling like they get it to the top, and there's almost like a little, I don't know what you want to call it, like easy soft wrist move to help them kind of create a little bit more lag. You might try that out. So if I try to do that a little bit, it's feels a little funky for me. I don't create a huge amount of lag in my golf swing. I create enough to hit it basically as far as I want to hit it. Okay. And if you're wondering how much lag you should create, usually when your arms get back in front of your right thigh, we look for it to there, and then you explode and you release it. Okay, that's what we want to have happen. So that is kind of what your right arm is going to do. It's going to improve your backswing because it's actually set in a good position to help you turn, to help you feel relaxed. All right, and then you can set it, get a fuller backswing, no wrist, really short backswing. All right, and then you can try that little move on top to help you lag it. Other ideas that I've seen to help people lag the golf club is they get it to the top, and the idea was to feel like the club points behind you as long as possible as you swing down. Right? That's another way. But when it comes down to it all together, it's all about sequence. If you are swinging too hard from up top and your hips are wide open and everything's out of sequence, you're not going to create lag. And do not try to make it that you're forcing it. So don't get up here and try to feel like you're forcing it to happen. Okay? One thing that you want to check is your club face, because if your club face is open and your golf swing is coming down, you are going to learn to square it up by releasing it and flipping it. All right, so you got to make sure your club face is square on top if you are trying to be a person who creates more forward press, more lag, more distance. Open face, it's almost impossible for you to do that successfully. It has to dump so it squares up. So when you get it, make sure you check your positions. Position 2, club face matches your spine angle. All right, 3, and then 4, it matches your left arm on top. All right, and then when it comes down, we know that wrists kind of do this little move to help you close the face down. And when you get back down to 2, let's have it a little bit more close, or back, whatever, back to 2. We want it to feel a little bit more closed than what we were in our takeaway, okay? Because then you're just turning, releasing it. It's going to help you shallow it out also. So it's best of every world. If you're steep, it's hard to also lag the club, stay in posture. We've all seen videos that talk about that. All right, so the next thing is, how do we get our sequence? So let's say we're doing a good job of lagging the golf club. How do we fix our sequence? It's very simple. You can do this with an alignment stick. I think you've probably seen this in past videos. Or you've probably seen like the G-Box video also. It's the same thing. It just, you won't rip the front of your belt loops out of your golf pants. So it's a little safer that way. But so you just need to work on all those good feelings. Relaxed arms to the top. Maybe you like the little loose feeling on top. And then getting the hands back in front. Okay? When you get good at this, automatically your swing speed will increase way more than you actually think. Okay? Some products of lag are, it's going to go maybe a little bit lower. You're going to actually hit the ball then the ground. All right? It's still going to have plenty of spin, but the distance, you'll be able to tell by the distance. All right? And this is a great drill for almost everybody, even if you're not trying to create lag, is we want those hands to get back in front of the body. Okay? If you're somebody who spins early, you can still kind of cheat it and do it. All right? But if you feel like everything's kind of set really nicely, we should get it back in front and then turn and hit it through impact. Okay? That was plenty clear. I know that when I get really good at timing my hands and my hips, my club head speed increases by 5 or 6 miles an hour, especially with my driver, it goes a little bit more. And I know when I'm off, it goes much shorter, which, as you all know, is very infuriating in golf. Okay. Now, if you find yourself running into that stick a lot, what you need to feel is almost like your right kneecap kind of stays still so you can get back in front of it. Legs might feel like they kind of widen a little bit rather than, you can see if my knee collapses a lot, how the stick gets really close to me right away. All right, so you're going to get it to the top. You're going to feel like the legs stay wide. And then what happens is it causes the hips to pause. And then you release that lag that you've been trying to create. And you get that extra whip at the bottom. So you hit the ball better. Not only does it go farther, but the contact will improve. So top, make sure your positions look good. And then you're all set. So relax over the ball. Check your right arm. Let the wrist naturally bend. You cannot bend if you're locked out. Right? There's no power there. There's no fluid motion. So we see guys on tour, and girls on tour, they look like they don't try so hard, but we look like we try really hard when we're on the golf course. All right? Work on your sequence. Even if you don't lag the club a whole lot like I do, all right, your sequence is still going to be better, and you are going to be more consistent. You will hit the ball better. So sequence is kind of king. Even if you don't lag it now, if you get really good with your sequence, you're going to start to notice it. It's starting to come along without you having to concentrate on that so hard. All right, and don't try to force it. It is a product.